Holy Kim Jong-un! And there's this giant fucking bug crawling across my face. We got a $250,000 loan.
Oh! Just in the nick of time. Welcome back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about entrepreneurship, self-development, and challenging norms. We're back at it again, baby.
Wow,
I've
dude.
got the giggles. I've got the giggles.
Do you?
Because I forgot we do a podcast. I forgot this is a podcast.
We do a podcast, dude.
We have a podcast.
No, it's been a while. It's been a while, and there's a reason why we haven't. There are actually multiple reasons why we haven't done it. A lot of great reasons.
Nothing to do with your haircut, let me tell you. Nothing.
No,
to do
I'm
with
back.
Your
I'm
haircut.
back on the shores, dude. I could be recruited in the U.S. military with this haircut. Yeah. For a while, I was out in the Koreas, dude. I was Koreaned out, and
That's for us. That's for a different episode, I think. Pop.
no, dude. It's this episode. It's this.
Oh, it's
You'd
this
be surprised, dude. Everything comes together.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Well, oh, am I the guy that runs this thing? No, we'll figure it out one day. But one this year long. Hey, congrats on cracking 100K. Good for you.
Oh,
Snaps all around,
okay.
dude.
That's
awesome.
100,000 views on a long form video.
Yeah, there's the context we needed. We've been trying to crack that. We finally figured out, hey, we make viral shorts. What if we told the people that watch the shorts that we also made the long on a similar topic? And
You should probably do that.
should probably do that because surprise, the flat line curve on the long form instantly went vertical. So
Burj Khalifa.
we love to see it. There's hope in the future. There's hope for two reasons. The first reason is that that's awesome because
I'm sorry.
I guess we can. No, dude, face where you
I
got a
told
face.
you.
It's all good.
I told you I was going to come into this episode with the giggles, and I'm out here just firing words into the
Dude.
distance.
Out of way, cannonball. Dude, talk about cannonball with this Costa Rica. Dude, Slick is an absolute cannonball. Just launching himself off bridges. Dude, I love.
I'm giggling like a little girl. I'm giggling like a little girl right now.
So two awesome things. One, we cracked longs, supposedly. I don't know. I didn't really like your long today, and we'll talk about that.
We'll
But,
get into it.
Well, we figured out how to translate shorts into longs. That's all we wanted to do. Actually, I texted you this the other day. I'll get in the second point in a second. Don't worry. It's like we were trying to convince people for all this time. It's like, hey, we go viral on all these shorts. Can we just plug your business at the end of the short and then you pay us to like get the referral? And like, no, we don't do that. If you had a TikTok, we could do that, but we don't do that on YouTube Shorts. And we're like, dude, it's the same thing. But then we're finally just like, fuck people. Let's just pitch our own thing at the end, and it does well. Okay, that's number one. Number two is we got a $250,000 loan.
Oh, we got a $250,000 in the bank just in the nick of time.
Yeah. Do you wanna talk about the back end? What it's been like at all? I know people don't come. I don't know what people come for, but I think it's been an interesting roller coaster.
That's kind of the problem is I didn't even know what we were coming for. I thought this was
No,
the Costa Rica
no.
episode. It's now no longer the Costa Rica. But we'll get there. And
No,
you
it
know
doesn't
what?
have to be.
If the podcast is improv, I can improv.
No,
I'm an actor.
well, here's the thing. A lot of I don't even know. Maybe next time we talk about that. But business has been it's always a crazy tumultuous thing. We have like multiple projects that we now want to start at once, but also don't want to start at all. Like I radicalized.
Well, hang
an
on.
hour
Okay,
ago,
so
and I'm like,
okay, so I'll give the context on the loan.
Yeah.
Basically, in August, we were running out of money. And luckily, one day we're sitting in your apartment, we log on to Stripe, and it's like, hey, you need 150 grand? Click this one button, and we'll just shoot it over your bank account.
Wait, I forgot this. Can you say the exact amount that we saw?
No. 154,000?
No. Like in
in our bank account.
In the account. Yeah.
Well, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I'm talking about August. I'm talking about August.
Okay. Oh, right. My bad.
Because it's how we got to where we got today.
Right.
Which is a problem.
Right.
So we get this one-click $155,000 loan in Stripe, and we take it instantly because we would literally be insolvent if we didn't. The problem is The problem is we got that loan because we're not actually insolvent, but we got that loan because we were running out
Close.
of money. Cash flow was an issue. Close. We scaled our business. We hired 15 people to do our own content, and they're the best of the best, and we increased salaries too, I think. But we forgot to make more money.
No, not only that, we forgot to make any money.
Oh, any. We actually made less because
well, you went on a little vacation in December, and you're like, Dylan, you take the reins for just a little bit.
Just
I'm
coast.
just gonna be on a couple weeks. Just coast. We're doing 100 and who knows what. It's in a good spot. You can try selling this new thing that you want to sell because apparently you made me viral. We can all go viral. That'd be awesome. Let's sell that to clients for a lot. Didn't coast, dude. Did the opposite of coasting.
Cut in half. Cut in half, actually. Cut the business right in half overnight.
Yep. It's like if you've seen those TikToks where the guy with the scissors snipes the wasp right out of the air, cuts him right in half.
Oh,
that was what I did to Clipped.
Speaking of wasps, there's a helicopter just hoovering outside my window right now. That's scary.
Dial it in. Dial it in.
Blinders. So, we forgot to make any money. In fact, we cut the business in half. You cut the business in half. Oops. And so then February rolls around. The loan starts washing up because that's what happens.
The funny thing is, the real problem there is we didn't really realize that we cut the business in half at that point.
No.
So it's like,
because of bear metrics?
Yeah, dude.
So we have this software we use. Why not take a thread? We have this software we use called Bear Metrics, and it's great. It does all of our future forecasting. It's really helpful for cash flow. It says, like, this is the amount of money you're going to make in this amount of time. And if you have this much growth, it's going to become this much over time. Well, turns out we had all these, like, paused subscriptions from eons ago in Stripe. They should have been canceled. And those were all being tacked into our Bear Metrics monthly recurring revenue. So we've thought now for 9 months that our business was something it was not. And we only found that out a couple weeks ago as the wells were running dry.
Yeah, I was never like in it, but we kept saying some big numbers, and I'm like, something's not adding up here. Because the bottom line don't add up.
The bottom line is invisible. And so Bear Metrics had us thinking we made a lot more money than we did, and we're running out of money.
It was a disparity of, like, we thought it was like 100.
It was like 30 grand a month.
No, it was
20 grand
in December. The difference in December, it was like 100, dude. It was like
47 in Des. 47.
Yeah,
that's an inside joke because we did 47 grand in December. I think.
I don't know how that's physically possible. I really don't. But we're here. We're here to live another day.
Wait. So we scale the team like mad. We make no more money. We actually make less money. So February rolls around, and we got the same problems we had in July. We just delayed gratification. So now we're like, God damn, like, what? God, there's so many sirens going on. Noise cancellation. I'm in. I'm locked in.
Nice, dude.
We're like, God damn. But then it's weird because then I can't hear myself, and I gotta monitor.
Right,
so we're like,
it's all right.
When is Stripe gonna hit us with another loan? All right. So we're freaking out. You know, we're running up against the clock. We're not gonna be able to pay ourselves. We finish paying off that loan. I go out of town for the weekend. Sunday morning, I wake up. I'm like, I have a funny feeling. I have a really funny feeling about Stripe today. I log into Stripe. They pre-qualified us again. $250,000. And you know what? This time, we're going to make more money. We've decided we're going to make more money instead of cut it right in half. How about that?
Well, did you say how there was, like, at a certain point, there was like 36 cents?
23 cents.
23.
There were 23 cents in our
I inflated it
Mercury
50%.
Bank account.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just double check on that screenshot if I could find it really quick.
Well,
and I can't, so I won't.
It's fine.
And I can't.
People will believe it's around a quarter. They're not gonna think we're inflating it.
It's 23
2
cents.
quarters.
It's 23 cents. That's actually unbelievable. We have a 55-person company. Our bank account had 23 cents in it. You'd think we were involved in the SVB stuff. We weren't.
Should have been, dude.
Should
Um,
have been.
no, we couldn't hit the threshold, not by a long shot. We get there close now with the loan though. 250 and 43 or 23. So that's awesome. It's good to be back. We're gonna figure out how we get out of running companies because we're really bad at it. For a while, I thought we were decent. Granted, I checked out in 2022. I've been.
So
I've
here's
been
the
just
truth,
off the ball.
right? There's a lot of self-deprecation going on.
I don't think
some of it's true, but we do run a mean company, right? The more people I talk to, they're like, you do 50% margins at $1.3 million a year. That's a really good business. And I'm like, do we see any of it? No, because we scaled up and cut in half.
Yeah, and
scaled
also
up, cut in half.
you take 3 editors for a month on something that I don't think is a good story.
Oh,
but that's fine, dude. That's fine, dude. The thing that I love
the thread.
is it's skin in the game because all I have to do is shoot my own version, and if it does better, it does better. If it does worse, then I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's fine. Okay, what do I want to talk about though? Not the business because I don't think anyone cares about the business but us.
No, why would they?
But why they should care is we're gonna make a lot more content and maybe better content if we get a producer that'll kind of. No, we can't get a producer, dude. Not yet. We gotta.
Oh,
I don't know what we gotta do. We gotta figure out what to do with the cash.
Can I get a Costa Rica story? Because you fell off the face of the earth 1 month ago.
Okay.
It's actually amazing. You're back.
Well, here's what happened. Okay, it was a My First Million episode a while back, and in it, Sam was telling the story of his friend, and his friend. He asked him, he's like, oh, dude, just curious, like, who do you go for barber? And he's like, oh, I go to this salon. He's like, oh, I looked that salon up and it's like $300 haircuts. He's like, yeah, well, your hair is half your face. Why would you just not spend that much on half your face? And so I'm like, that makes sense, dude. Half your face. Let's spend money on half your face. So I now look for haircuts of a similar benchmark. And this place right down the street, I go to it, and I've heard in the past when I get my haircuts, Dylan, you have thick Asian hair. I'm like, I'm a thick Asian. What can I say? So I go in, and I'm like, who am I gonna have as my barber or my salon haircut or whatever you call them? I'm gonna get an Asian. So I get this guy, Oka.
Smart.
He's like fresh off the boat, dude. He is Japanese as Japanese can be, and he cuts hair like all scissor cut. So he's just a fucking beast. The problem though is when I asked this person, hey, Oka, what do you want to cut my hair like? He's like, right. He's biased because all he sees all day are Asians. So now he's going to give Dylan an Asian haircut, which doesn't really work.
I just giggled.
No,
I just
dude,
cacked.
Focus. That's fine. Because I have trust in Oka. And it wasn't my first haircut, actually. The problem was each time it gets more and more extreme. I'm turning more Asian by 25% each time I go.
Hang on.
So what they do.
Because Asia's a big place, right? It's very specific. It's a very specific Korean boy band haircut. It's Korean.
Right. Korean boy, because what they'll do, I wish I had it, but I literally couldn't show my face in public, and this gets to Costa Rica in a second. But like my hair, I just got it cut today because I couldn't
Looks great
stand.
Today. Looks great.
Thanks,
right
dude.
Now.
Thanks. Yeah, went to an American, dude. But
oh, so you spoiled the story.
No. So really long on top, and then just the tightest skin on. It was like super long on top and the tightest skin on the sides, dude. Straight coconut. So I come out of here, and I'm like, damn.
Just let me know when I can chime in.
Chime in whenever. But I'm like, okay.
So here's what's funny. Okay, let me chime in.
Yeah.
The first time.
Chime in, dude. Chime out. Chime out.
The first time,
Okay.
I'll get it together. The first time you got this haircut, I
Uh-huh.
said to you, like, dude, holy Korean haircut. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. The second one, I didn't get a chance to see at first, but you said you walked into our buddy's apartment.
No.
One
This
of
is
our
it.
buddies who
This is it. I'll
is
tell that.
Korean.
I'll
Okay,
tell that. I'll tell
okay,
that.
okay.
Okay. So this is this is the second time, right? So, or this is actually like my third haircut, but this is the most extreme it's been. Because I told him I made the mistake. I like it long, but I thought that meant adapt everything like longer. This still skin tight, dude. Skin tight on the sides. Super
Sorry.
long on top. Full bowl.
I won't
So
spoil it.
okay, I get my haircut. I'm a little like, okay, this guy thinks it looks good, but I'm pretty sure it looks terrible. I leave. I don't even think the receptionist could make eye contact with me, and I'm like, this is a beautiful place. Why is no one making eye contact?
She's like, that's cultural appropriation. I can't
That's-
let him out of there with that haircut.
Right. So now in my head, I'm like, fuck. It's about 4 inches of length on top, 0 inches on the sides. This is gonna take a long time to grow in. I'm kind of fucked.
But it's not just on the top. It's like it's so much length
Right.
to the top sides as well. And it
Well,
all
no,
kind
no,
of grows
right.
over the skin.
Right. Well, I think the look is like the top hair covers your side hair. It just
Yeah.
it's a full bowl. So I had the full bowl, dude, and I'm like, fuck, I can't be in public. So I throw on a hat, and I'm like, all right, it's a Friday night. I'll just or Saturday night. I'll just throw on a hat and I'll stay in and I'll just kind of like wait it out. But then I get a text from our friend. He's like, yo, come over, let's hang out. Guilts me into coming over. So I get on my bike. I have my hat on. I'm like, I'm just gonna wear my hat, and it'll all be good, and we'll work through this over the next few weeks. I get there, and I'm thinking like I haven't gotten real market feedback yet. I just think it looks bad myself. I get in, and they're like, "Hey, Dylan, what's up? What's up?" And I'm like, I'm just dapping everybody up. And the second I peel off my hat, it's not even fully off my head, and I get from our Korean friend, "Holy Kim Jong Un!"
It's true.
No, dude.
It's true.
I
Pull
did.
up the
I
Kim
had the
Jong-un
Kim Jong,
skin on the sides.
and everyone at this pregame, it's like a dozen people are just now staring at Kim Jong Un and all giggling, and the market feedback couldn't have been worse.
Dude, I have it right here. I have it right here. Let me share my screen. Presentation mode. Screen.
That's a risky maneuver, dude. We don't.
No, dude, it's right there. Can you see it?
Yeah,
That one
I was gonna
right
do-
there.
Well, what would happen is they like, because I kind of like this thing. I had this coming down.
Yeah.
There was actually a dog in the room, and so
Bangs.
the first feedback was "Holy Kim Jong Un," and then the second feedback was the second feedback was our other friend who I look up to. He's like, "You look like the dog Schnitzel." And Schnitzel is the
What?
ugliest looking thing on the ground with just these little curly hairs on the sides, dude.
Wait,
And
Schnitzel's in the apartment, or it's an actual dog?
it's the name of the dog. It might also be a Schnitzel as like the breed. I don't really know what it is, but it was a tiny little purse dog.
Like a
And yeah, dude,
Schnauzer?
I did. Yeah, it was like a
Oh,
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel, Leah's dog. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Schnitzel.
yeah. You know Schnitzel.
Yeah, you do
I
look
look
like
like
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
A little Schnauzer, little toy Schnauzer.
No, everyone agreed, and that was the bummer. So so I was just like, hey guys, I'm just gonna call it quits. And I basically went home. And so now I'm not feeling great, right? And you know, I got this 4-inch
this is still the
disparity.
Costa Rica story.
This is
I'll
still
just
the Costa Rica
up
story.
the retention. I'll just up the retention.
Right. We're still on the Costa Rica story. I didn't even get to this Costa Rica story.
You might be able to get a short out of this story.
Dude. So, okay, I'm at an all-time low, right? I'm back at home, and out of nowhere, my dad texts me. He's like, "Hey, Monk," or like, "Hey, Dylan, come to Costa Rica." And I'm like, "Okay, Dad." And he's like, "What the fuck?" So I can't.
No,
even
first
tell,
you're
dude.
like-
I can't even tell stories.
First you're
right
like Belky. You want to go to Costa Rica? I'm like, maybe in like a couple weeks when a couple things settle down. Like I got this trip this weekend, and then we're going to Vietnam. And you hit me back. You're like, no, tomorrow morning. And I'm like, no, Pop.
Dude, I had to get out.
I cannot
No.
drop everything and be looped into that. mission with
Right,
you.
right. Well, here's what I thought. In my head, the calculus was, okay, Slick's been begging me to go to Costa Rica for the last 7 years because he accidentally bought this house. Uh, I'll give a little context on how that happened because it's stupid as
I
hell.
saw in Slack.
But he's been trying to get me to go there for eons. And then finally, I look like I'm about to invade South Korea. So it's like, okay, let's just get this guy out of North America, hide him in the most remote area of South Korea, of Costa Rica possible. And I'm just like, win-win. I'll go disappear for a couple weeks, come back. I'll look like a normal human being.
The hair will have grown out.
Right, that's the theory. Here's the problem, though. So my dad, when he bought this house, my dad's kind of crazy.
7 years ago?
Okay, so 7 years ago, he has like this uncle, and this uncle dies, but the uncle had a good amount of money, and so Slick was only like one of many people, but he ended up making like he got like 100 grand from this guy, in cash, and so now he's got 100 grand to burn,
So
and
that's
basically
how he does it.
like
Inheritance minks.
weeks later, he's on this trip in Costa Rica, and he's like the way he likes to travel is I can't travel with him. He's absurd. He'll just go on a map, and he likes physical maps, and he's just looking at all the beaches down the coast of Costa Rica. And so he'll just go with Claudia, his girlfriend, and just be like, check out this beach, and he goes all the way down. And so he'll end up in the most remote areas of the world. And
Dude,
so he gets to this beach.
when I last went on a trip with him, it was that same thing, but for lakes in Maine. It was just
Yeah,
lakes in Maine. Lakes.
At least
They're
that's
just
the
like, we
continental
drove-
United States.
They're talking about all these crazy hours they drove to discover a new lake.
So he gets to like the most remote place. It's called Playa Zancudo, and it's like I'll describe it as I get there, but basically no one is there. It's just like a bunch of these 60-year-olds, like a couple surfers, because it's got like the second longest left-handed break in the world. I don't know what that means, but it's like no one's there. And he'll have fun anywhere because he just gets hammered and parties with all like the local people. And so he got hammered, and it's like 3 a.m. He's drunk, and it's like this. It's actually a massive, like pretty nice beach, but no one's there. So he's just like 3 a.m. hammered, naked, looking up at the stars, just like, I'm gonna live here. And so the next day, he goes and buys this house. It was like the house, like right where he was floating, and now he
If I
owns this place
may,
in Costa Rica.
it almost sounds like the same thought process that convinced you to get a $300 haircut. You're just like, that's sound logic. Half of my hair,
Something, dude.
half of my
There's
face,
something dangerous in the gene pool, dude. It might
half
have
of
to
my
get wiped
face
out.
is hair. $300.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. His calculus is different though, because he spends like 2 weeks a year here. So like, I don't know how that. It's not even. It's 2% of the year. So 4%. How about that? So
We call that
what did I
a
wanna
Morgan
say?
Stanley vacation.
Where am I? Okay. So he gets this place 7 years, whatever. So I'm like, Slick, I'll do it, whatever. I know it's remote, but I didn't really like take in how remote it is. So I get a flight. Luckily, I'm in New York, so I can get a direct flight to San Jose, which is like the capital of Costa Rica. But after this 6-hour flight overnight, I get there, and then I have to take another plane. So I like get off, I run out, and I'm trying to like find this terminal, and this first guy. I told you this. I like kind of speak Spanish, but don't really speak Spanish. And people look at me and they're like, "That guy must be Spanish," so they speak to me in good Spanish. And then this guy was like,
You
"Hey,
didn't think
dude,
you
where are
were
you going?"
Korean?
No, dude, somehow he didn't. Um, he was basically like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, or no, he was like, "Dude, do you speak Spanish?" And I'm like, "Claro que sí." And then he's like, starts fucking ranting to me in Spanish, and I just look at him and I just keep walking, dude. There was
Yeah.
nothing. I'm like, "Todo bien, and I just kept walking. So that was. I'm like losing it. I'm looking Korean. I'm sweating a lot because I haven't bathed in a while. It's literally 100 degrees out. And so I get to this small plane. And the small plane, I'm like, Belky, I think I'm gonna die on this small plane. I've never been on a small plane. It's like literally I am like hugging the pilot of this plane, and it's like an hour flight. And we go like through the mountains. We finally land at this place. It's like literally skimming the water. The tarmac, like the plane turns around and just drops us off, turns around, and takes back off at the same fucking. I don't know. It seemed absurd. Then we take a taxi. I'm all by myself. I take a taxi to the port, and then the port we take a boat, and the boat now brings us another 45 minutes in like the roughest seas known to man, and it's where they filmed King Kong. So it's like the fucking, I'm like, what's going on with my life? Um,
Skull Island.
it's literally Skull Island. So we pass Skull Island and we pull up to like Playa Zancudo, at least the backside of it, because it's like this Amazonian river that like gets right to the delta and it goes to the ocean. And so we're like parking the boat to take another car to get to our house because it's again the most remote place in the world. And as we're pulling up to this dock, like right next to us, there's this massive. It had to be like a 15-foot crocodile, dude, just eating something. It was fucking smashing its head into this. Like I don't know what it was. I have videos. We'll show that. But now I'm like, okay, this we're dude. It's like the middle of the fucking I don't know how to like describe this. So we get in.
He
It's just
said
this.
Slick said he had fiber optic internet.
Yeah, that was his pitch to get me down there, dude. So I'm panicking in my head. There's not a paved road for my like. You'd have to go an hour to find a paved road anywhere.
Oh, it's
Literally,
a
there
dirt
are no
town.
paved roads. It's a dirt town that we get in this car. It's all covered in dirt. We drive down the road. There's not a single like street
It's
light or anything.
all covered in dirt.
Um, and so now I'm like, what the fuck is this place? I'm sweating balls. We have like all this shit because we have a house there. So like when they go down, they bring like an absurd amount of stuff. Um, I'm losing my mind. I'm like,
Talk about your dad's car rental. The
uh,
people want to know that.
his car rental, how he just
Didn't he have to
destroys it,
drive? No. Yeah, he got in an accident.
dude. Him getting in an accident,
Didn't
dude.
he have
He's
to
gotten in
drive
multiple
it?
accidents, dude. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Didn't you have to drive it 8 hours back to San Jose?
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to talk about
Just
that. But he'll
oh
spend like
god.
he'll spend half of each vacation just driving around. But we finally get to this place. It's like the
Slick.
problem with our life. I wish I told this before, but like the problem with our life is we'll go to like Sax's 50th birthday party, which is this 5-star beautiful Mexican resort, and it's like everything is pristine. And so I get here, and dude, it looks like a crack town. It's
We
literally
got a
like
lot of we got a wide spectrum on us.
the
It's
widest.
broadband.
And so I just get there, dude. There's no AC, there's no water pressure.
You
It's
were
hot
so
as
mad.
balls. The water temperature is literally 100 degrees, so you can't. It's like you can't even swim in there. It's like nicer to be in the air. There's just like fucking scorpions and shit running around. Who knows? I'm scared to go in the water now because there was a
Bananas.
crocodile like right behind us where we pulled up. So I'm like, I can't even fucking swim when I get eaten. But I'm like, fine, dude. It's chill. I'm sweating balls, and I came here just to like relax. So I'll relax. We go out to eat because there's no food in the fridge, and we had to walk like 30 minutes down this dirt road, and then we leave. Like no one's in this place. It's just us in the restaurant. We eat whatever. We leave, but then we get lost, and there's no like street lights or anything. Slick doesn't really go to this house, so he doesn't really know where it is. And so now we're just walking down this road. We walk like a mile and a half down the road, and fucking it's a dirt road where slippers. It's like midnight.
So much dirt.
Dude, it's the dirtiest. It's
You're
like
wearing
stray dogs everywhere.
chancletas?
Chancletas, dude. I didn't walk a mile down. We're like, okay, we must have passed it. We walk a mile back, basically get to the restaurant again. And we're like, we don't know what the house looks like. We don't know what it looks like. So we're panicking. And we have no reception because it's again the fucking Amazon. So we have no way of contacting anyone to like figure this out. Whatever. It's literally an hour. We pass it 3 different times. We finally like figure it out, and it was like probably 1 a.m. by that time. I get in. I'm like, fuck this place. I hate everything about this place. But now
So
I'm stranded
sweaty.
because it took like 16 hours and $1,000 to get down here, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy another $1,000 ticket to fucking get back sooner. So I'm stranded. I'm like, I'll just suck it up. I get in bed, and I go to sleep. But then at 4 a.m, there's a fucking rooster that just starts croaking. So I'm like, I can't even fucking sleep. I have one tiny little fan on me because there's no AC in this place. And it's it like, okay, whatever. I figure out how to fall back asleep. And at 6 a.m, it's like before like the light's starting to come up. But I'm like dreaming at this time. I start to like have one of those dreams where you're like you feel like it's reality. I'm like feel this like tingling on my face, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a dream or whatever? And I got like snap to, and there's this giant fucking bug crawling across my face, dude. Giant fucking bug. I go
Micho.
like this, and dude, it was literally like this big. I snap. I fucking fling it off my face. I spin around, and there's another bug on my pillow that's this fucking big. The big, dude, I, sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know what this fucking story is supposed to be, but I'm tweaking, dude. I went in a straight panic spiral.
No,
No,
that was the point at which I was really glad I didn't go with you the next day for $1,000.
it was miserable. Like I was full depression because I just felt trapped. I'm like I knew I had to be there 2 weeks because my plane ticket I couldn't like it literally cost like $600 to change my ticket. So I'm just like I'm gonna have to suck it up and do my dad's travels. Here I'll tell like one or
You
two more
turned it
stories from this.
around. Yeah.
So I was feeling good, and I'm like, finally, maybe my haircut's not that bad. Like, I'm feeling better about myself. I don't have to see people. And then Slick's like, hey, let's go out because they get hammered every night. Like, I've never seen people party this hard because that's why they enjoy it. It's a miserable place, but they just get fucking trashed out of their minds with all the locals. And so I go out, and there's this one surfer dude, Victor, and like everyone else is like 60. There's this cool Canadian Victor. I get there. And Victor's like, yo, dude, what's up, dude? And I'm like, oh, I'm just here. He's like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from New York. And he looks at my dad. He's like, that explains the shit haircut. And I'm like,
You're kidding.
Slick's like, you're my dude. And
You're
he daps
kidding.
him up. And because, sorry, I didn't say
with the Kim Jong-un?
Dude, he Kim Jong-un me because they're fucking hammered and they roasted me. And then my self-esteem, dude, I was like, even in the most remote area, I'm getting roasted for the Kim Jong-un. So I just,
dude.
I wish, fuck,
Look
dude,
at you
I wish I
now, though. You
recorded
look
this
great.
earlier.
You look great. That was
back to
great, dude.
America.
I haven't laughed like that in months.
No, dude, I'm really upset. I'm really upset because, okay, one more thing. So the way Slick also like blacked out twice on this trip, and he drive the next morning and he crashed into a palm tree in our neighbor's yard. And like,
no,
dude,
Pop?
I can't explain to you the fucking level of like craziness this is. But like, also his way of traveling, like normal people go on trips and like they'll go and look on like I don't know, tours.com and like figure out, oh, let's go on this tour. It's got good reviews or whatever. Slick, he'll just be at the bar at 4 a.m. with somebody who's like, yo, Slick, you see that waterfall? And Slick's like, what waterfall? He's like, oh, I'll show you the waterfall. And so the next day, Slick's just like, hey, we're waking up at 6 a.m. to go check out this waterfall. And then we fucking like hike 30 minutes to the Amazon. Like literally, dude, it was like no one goes there. Like no one's ever heard of this waterfall. This guy brings us down and we're like going over fire ants. Dude, I can't tell this fucking story.
Was the waterfall sick?
It was the shittiest waterfall I've ever seen.
That's because they're hammered at 4 a.m.
Right.
Slick.
The next day, Slick like sees this other guy, and this guy's like, yeah, dude, I got a YouTube channel. He shows him it. It's like him going down the river, like finding snakes and stuff. Slick's like, hey guys, 7 a.m. tomorrow, we're going down the Amazon to fucking look at crocodiles. And so we go and do this thing, and it's like an open air boat, and it's 100 degrees. The sun's just fucking blazing. Everyone's miserable. They're an hour late because it's not like they're running a real tour. It's like this 17-year-old kid Slick met at the bar. And then they take us out. It's an hour in. We haven't seen a single, like, not even a fucking bird. Like, there's nothing. Because it's not a tour. Like, this isn't meant to be a tour. Slick literally convinced this guy to just pretend to show us things. I get in a fight with Slick, and he doubles down. He's like, no, we're staying here 4 hours. And everyone on the boat is like, Slick, you're out of your mind. We're not staying here 4 hours. He's like, no, we committed to 4 hours. I love the boat.
I love the boat.
And God, I wanted to tell like.
No, it's amazing. The best part is Slick's gonna hear this, and then we're gonna have him on for his rebuttal.
No, I mean
that's the best part.
He's really difficult to travel with, but I see how he has fun, I guess.
Wait, is it like type 2 fun? Like it was fun in hindsight, or it was like
well, here's the thing, because he's doing crapshoot adventures, just asking anybody to show him anything. So that's really fun a quarter of the time. We just didn't have enough shots on goal, so we just struck out every time. And so we just got Johnny Bongo showing us this waterfall that fucking sucked ass. But that's fine
You got
because,
you got so angry by the end of this.
dude, and,
But there's a lesson in that. There's a lesson in that. You could be
um,
adventurous, but you need a lot of shots on goal. And you guys were doing
maybe
like
or just like more calculated shots. They weren't very calculated.
pointer
Um,
kicks.
but we're going to Vietnam. We're going to do some adventures. We'll show people how to travel the right way and not buy a
We're
house. Oh, what I wanted to say is,
yeah,
so he
yeah.
bought
Then
this
we
house and now he has a
yeah,
bunch of fucking employees everywhere. So now he's stressed the whole time because he's got fucking employees, and it like wasn't even a fun vacation. Because
like taking care of the house and doing
yeah,
the
and this
landscape.
fucking rooster, he gets a bunch of bad Airbnb reviews now because the rooster croaks every morning at 4 a.m. So now he had to hire our neighbor to go and kill the rooster, and
I was gonna make a joke. It sounds like he actually did that. Hit
I mean
hitman for the rooster
he's literally hired the guy that owns the bar next to us to find a hitman to go kill this woman's roosters.
with a
Um,
machete.
I don't know how, but
I think that's a great place to
what? Hey, Belky,
Jardon.